Welcome back, guys, to Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn, where more missions abound, of course. More missions sound, more missions around. As we start, Chapter 4 proper of the game. Man, how many chapters will this be? Well, as we move on, I've already checked out items for people and just moved some stuff around. There is an important factor taking place in this chapter, of which Sothe is going to auto-promote. Oh, auto-promotions, how you are set for certain times when we don't exactly have a character up to the maximum level he should be at this point in time. This manage I want, because he's only at level 14, and he's only capped 2 stats, whereas we would kind of wanted him to get a little bit more across the board. With that said though, it's probably just best to get him to level 20, or at least level 19, so he can be more or less there, ready to promote. So with that said, let us go to level 19 then, I think, and use a fair bit of our bonus experience that's left over. Of course, we can only get 3 stats. One of them's generally going to be HP, but speed, luck, res, I'll take that. That is better, I feel. If we get 3 stats down the bottom rather than an HP stat, that's going to work better. Speed and... well, we don't actually really need some more luck, but to be honest, more res is fine. His strength's capped, his skill's capped. If he gets his speed up properly as well, that's not bad. Oh, don't tell me his HP's capped. That could be a thing as well. Right, speed is +1 again there. Luck +1. And some extra magic, because he needs that. Max speed, luck. That should probably be a speed cap at this point in time. His HP's capped for sure. Right, mag, luck, defense. We get a defense, but on the very last one. Right, well that said, 4 of his stats are capped now, and if that's the case, we should actually just take him all the way to 20 here. Because then he'll get mag, luck, defense. And 1 extra defense is going to be brilliant. Will that cap his luck as well? Oh, auto promotes. You force us to do stuff. Mag, luck, defense. And that doesn't cap his luck as well. I'm just amazed he can keep getting luck over that. But that capped his defense. So he capped 5 stats. Mag just wasn't quite there, nor was luck. But that's a pretty nice Sothe, really. Though his defense cap itself is fairly low, he is able to beat just about everyone now. Which means we won't be able to use him this chapter, because that's how the rubber things goes, really. We've got Aran around still, and Marcia, etc., as the Seraph Knight on board, but more to the point at this point in time, we have to check out our info after leveling up Sothe, so let's get started on that before we go to battle. Excuse me. Oh, it's you. I saw you having an argument with General Scrimir. Oh, that? Yeah, that happens sometimes. I know you had no choice but to betray the Laguz Alliance. If you wish, I can speak to him about it. No, stay out of it. Whatever the circumstances, what I did was unacceptable. The pieces can fall where they may. You'd carry the burden of your crime alone to protect your people? That's very selfless of you. Of course I'd take the blame. My first priority is my people. As long as they're safe, it doesn't matter one whit what the rest of the world thinks of me. You indeed are a good king to your people. I have no doubts of that. I wonder, will the history say I was a good empress for Begnion? The people of Begnion rose up and overthrew the Senate for you. Isn't that proof enough that you're a good empress? That's only because they thought that I was the apostle. But now... You're worried over the Galdra of Release? Yes, that song. It can only be sung by the direct descendants of Altina, the first settlers of Begnion. Why was that girl able to sing it? Moreover, why couldn't I? You know, you could just ask her directly. I can't work up the courage. It doesn't matter who she is. All I know is that she possesses all the powers which I lack. I'm frightened of the truth. Ooh! Are you not really a descendant? Well, that's confusing, but with that said, we move on to Homecoming, having learned more character motivations for characters that have been very much out of Radiant Dawn, you could say. But now we return to the pairing. Ah. What's wrong, Micaiah? Are you still tired? No, I'm fine. The air is nice out here. It's calm. Quiet even. I don't remember the last time it was quiet. It's almost relaxing, isn't it? I hate to say it, but I feel like the world is back to the way it ought to be. Finally. I know that sounds horrible, but that's how I honestly feel. Like all depths have been settled, and everything is properly arranged. I think I understand what you're trying to say. Sothe, I'm scared. I don't want to get used to this. It's too comfortable. Like our mothers come home. A mother who'd smother her children in order to protect them. Micaiah? Yes? Do you remember what Peleus said when he asked you to kill him? How could I forget? Oh, Peleus. He said he admired my caring soul. That's why he wanted it to be me. That's right. I thought Peleus to be a coward. I thought that was the reason why he preferred to die instead of fighting to save Dane. But now I understand why you believed in him. Really? Why? As you can use the gift of sacrifice to save the dying, so Peleus wanted to give his life to save his people. He wanted to be just like you. Sothe. I've always fought just for myself and my loved ones, and no one else. When you saved Nico in Navasa, I admired your courage, but I also thought that you acted foolishly. Now I understand what it means to feel responsible for the lives of so many innocents, thanks to you and Peleus. Oh, Sothe. My dear Sothe. Right, from that conversation we move on to the 3 stars, which usually grant us some kind of boon. So what does Muston have to give us, Mr. Caravan Guy? Hello, Muston. I would like to purchase some weapons. Ah, Micaiah. Good timing. You have something for me then? Indeed I do, Missy. Look at this. That's a thunder tome. The most powerful of its kind, too. How did you get it? Well, that's a trade secret, but it's the best thing I ever acquired for sale, and that's a fact. How much are you asking for it? You want it? Yes. Yune told me that the goddess Ashera would do everything in her power to stop us. I have no idea what to expect, but I'm certain the battle ahead won't be easy. We have to be prepared for anything. I know. You can have it for free. What? But why? It's not like we have any other customers. Everyone else has been turned to stone. Listen, Micaiah, I still have hope. We have your goddess and an army of heroes on our side. I believe in you, all of you. You'll put the world right again. I'm sure of it. I believe that too. Thank you, Muston. With your toe in my hand and your hope in my heart, I'm sure we'll succeed. Good luck, Maiden of Dawn. Well, we may have got Rex Bolt, but as been said many times in the comments, I'm never going to get to use it because I did not train up Ileana. Level SS, lightning magic of the highest order, it is very effective against Wyvern and Dragon type, or Dragon tribe, Lagoos. Sent to convoy, never to be used. Scrimir, talk to us! I'm confused. Is something wrong, General Scrimir? Here, look at this! It's a Satori sign. What about it? I found a patch of ground that was emitting light, so I started digging. This was what I found. Oh, so that's it. You buried it? No, but I saw a vision in a dream. Rays of light fell from the sky, wriggling into the ground and burying themselves. Ah, so maybe there are more. Yes, I think so. Somewhere. Right, Satori's sign has now been gained. And if that's the case then, manage. Isn't it for people of level 30, of which Scrimir even isn't? So we have to get a Lagoos up that high. You never know, we might do it now that we've kind of got like units around. Or more to the point, we've got powerful Lagoos units when we've got not very powerful other guys. Janaf, however, is just Janaf. Super level Janaf and Leonardo when you're next to Rolf is not really going to go too well for you. So that's pretty much the setting up of our characters there. The one thing I haven't tried to set up is just to switch around some growth stuff here. Now, yes, Paragon or Marcia. That's what I want. So we need to assign some stuff to you, that's for sure. And Micaiah, we would very much like that Paragon to land on you. Starting to level her up from level 6. Up ever higher. Right, Marcia. Not Messiah. You can have Fortune then in the meantime. I mean, you got Canto and Stun, so to be honest, you're fairly good with all your stats, or your lack of stats, because you never really capped anything, but you're still a serviceable unit. You're just not Rolf serviceable. He's just amazing! He's amazing! There's nothing really to buy at the shop unless I want to buy some random little items. The special items are all Olivia grass, so to be honest, I'd say we go back to war. Or the war that's left in this weird world turned to stone. Sothe, wake everyone and have them gather at the square. Enemies are on the way. What, huh? Alright, I'm on it. Superpowered Sothe. Lady Micaiah, has the enemy arrived already? Not yet, they're coming. I'm sure of it. I can't smell troops or weapons. How can you be certain? I don't know who they are or their exact numbers, but the enemy army is massive. I know it sounds strange, but I swear it's true. You must believe me. No one doubts your gift, Micaiah. I will not ignore the words of one who has spoken with the voice of a goddess. Oh. Micaiah, it looks like you were right. We have guests. Golden enemy troops all around. Leave them to me. The weak among you should hide, for the battle will be fierce. Empress Sanaki, we should leave the fighting to General Skrymir. I will take you someplace safe. No, I will stay and fight with the others. With all due respect, Empress, I cannot allow it. What if you were injured? If Micaiah, an untrained girl from the streets of Dane, is fighting, then I shall stand my ground as well. Empress. You can't win an argument with royalty, but don't worry about her. I'll look after the apostle. This is a kind offer, but I must decline. It is the first and most sacred duty of the Holy Guards to protect the apostle. It looks like the enemy is about to take this argument out of our hands. They're here. Do you Beork ever stop talking? Take your positions, now! And so the battle begins, but first of all is the choosing of units, of which so many units are forced. Micaiah, Sothe. Well, Sothe's already leveled up, so basically we're looking for anything to steal with him at this point in time. Or anyone he can not kill, if you know what I mean. Well, Sigrun is forced, Sanaki is forced, which Sanaki would be an interesting character to play with, to be honest. Naysala is forced as the Raven King, to be honest. Again, another interesting character to have. Especially considering he's got, like... Yes. Maelstrom and all that. Transforms at any time. And Tear on top of that for 3 times damage. With Vantage on top of everything else. Yeah, he's a good unit. Don't know if you get to keep him, but all the same. Well, that said, let's take out Mordecai. And see if there's anyone better to switch in with. I mean, Janaf is technically better. We've got our Lion King after all. And if we're going to use, like, Tiger, we'd use... Or Skrymir, even though he's a lion. It's still the kind of same things. And then for cats, it would be Ranulf. Should we use Tanith? Just to have the protectors of Sanaki around? But let's check out Sanaki, who has a ton of authority, that's for sure. And She's a level 1 Empress. She has with her a Fire Tome, which is the ultimate fire magic and is very effective against Beast Trouble Lagoons. Only Sothe can wield it. Nice. Arc Wind and Arc Thunder. I was wondering if she was like a... She's a fire mage, but I was wondering if she could like... Oh, she's light as well? Well, that's a weird change of things. I never even got to say what I wondered. Interesting abilities. Her defense, though, of 10 is the bit worrying a bit, and her strength. Her strength nullifies her speed a fair bit, doesn't it? If we could raise that somehow, so she could carry these tomes a little bit better, that would probably be for the best. Though she does seem to be a very powerful unit. I mean, Skrymir, of course, and he can... Oh no, he can't transform whenever he wants, because he's not a king or anything. To be honest, that's the troop we're going with. So it's more about checking out the enemy again. The affiliation of the Divine Hand. Oh, really? Well, let's look for something to steal or any good items here. We've got a Killer Lance resting on a Knighty troop. That seems to be the main thing of interest, apart from Yuma, the boss, who's a Blade Paladin with a Brave Sword. Rout enemy is our mission here. Be best to attack him from range. We've got a Tempest Blade on a Sword General. Now this guy we can steal the physic off of if we're lucky. It shouldn't be too hard to put Sothe in that range. And we've gone all the way around. So, that's that. There was actually one interesting guy there. Right, this guy's got a crossbow, but is still far away. And the bowman, because we got tons of Pegasi all around after all. We don't want them being too close to the action. But we do also want ranged classes being a... Well, you know, melee classes being a little bit close to the action as well. That should do for that. Fight we shall. Here are the minions of the Dark God. Go forth, disciples, and deliver the holy judgment of the goddess. Destroy them! You, all of you, you're all Begnion citizens. I'm so relieved you're all safe. Sothe, be careful. I don't know that they're going to be pleased to see you. What do you... Minions of the Dark God, we are the disciples of Order, led by Blessed Lord Lacane. We have been charged by the goddess Ashera to cleanse your taint from the world. Death to the tainted souls, let none escape. Empress Sothe, please stay back. These traitors must have sided with the Senate during the coup. Apostle Sothe is a fraud. Any apostle who defies the edicts of the goddess is an enemy to the people. What? No, Silence, betrayers of the Empire. How dare you accuse the Empress? Treason can only be punished by death. Well then, death is forthcoming, isn't it? Alright, the guy with the Killer Lance we saw is over here, which means his range is out of range for this turn at the very least. So we've got 3 still Lance Peoples without ranged attacks, meaning we could start by seeing an interesting spell or two. But we want to feed kills onto her, of course. So let's see how we're doing this. We've got mainly ranged troops coming on over here. Nothing to steal, of course. Skrymir is going to take a little bit to get ready. And basically we need to be getting kills with Micaiah and Sothe as the interesting tool. There's no chance to double, so basically we need to first of all see about softening some troopers up, eh? Well, first of all, I just want to see Iran's not going to double these guys. Marcia could do a fair bit to that one, though. It's just who do we want going where? Because to be honest, Silencer Rolf could finish up anything. And Iran does have the good defense. But Iran wants some experience as well. So let's get started. We are the same, you and I. We do not have to fight, but we shall. For that beautiful experience. In order to get towards a goal. So a nice steel sword times 2 here. Levels up that sword skill a little bit more. It seems like mainly axemen around after all. And I thought unlikely to be hit. But then it turned out a lot more likelier. I don't expect any of these guys to be able to get Marcia on the next turn, including this one. And no one's got a ranged weapon. So we are fine to leave her there. Then it's all up to Micaiah to kind of burst one of these two down. The question is, can she even? She can definitely take number 2. So with that said, let us drop an elite on your head, for that is the easiest, or at least the least powerful spell to kill you. Let's put it that way. That was a whole level. Well, it's 4 stats, and one of them was in defense. An extra one in speed, I quite like. I consider that not to be a bad level for that one. We want her mag to cap, but to be honest, her mag luck and her res are probably going to cap. Speed going up at all, and defense going up at all would be the best options for us. But with that said and done, we'll continue on next episode on Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn, in our first battle, the prologue of Chapter 4. See you next time. Bye-bye.